Well, did Arsenal bottle their chance to winning the Premier League this season with their draw yesterday against Southampton? Now, let's talk about Manchester City, and we'll obviously talk about Arsenal as well, but Manchester City are just a beast on their own. We all know this. We've seen them do this time and time again, and currently right now, they're on a 10-game win streak in all competitions. So Premier League, Champions League, League, or FA Cup. And so again, this is a team right now that Pep Guardiola seems to always do each and every season, where they all of a sudden just go on this tear, where they start separating themselves from the rest of the pack. Now, granted, Arsenal right now, we're doing that early in the season, so they're already ahead of everyone. But right now, they're only 5 points ahead of Manchester City with 2 games already played. So Manchester City have 2 games in hand, which we all know they're most likely going to win those games because the way they've been playing lately, it just, again, it's been just a total dominance over every club they've been playing lately. And again, you could argue, yes, they've maybe won a few games 1-0, 2-0, but still, their possession, the way they're playing, the tactics, the formation that Pep Guardiola hasn't even played right now is just top-notch. Now, that being said, obviously Arsenal still have to play Manchester City. That game will happen this Wednesday, which that will be the telltale sign how the season will end for both clubs, because right now both teams still are on our trajectory to win the league themselves if they win each and every game as they keep moving forward. But that being said, this game itself will be a hard test for Arsenal and Manchester City because, like I said, the way Man City has been setting up lately, Erling Haaland, obviously the scoring goal machine, and really the tactic with the 3-2-4-1 formation what City's been doing has been very, very difficult for most teams. Now, that being said, though, Arsenal is probably one of the only teams that can actually break this down along with Real Madrid, and we'll talk about that in another video for the Champions League, and that is because of their wingers. Now, we know how great Saka is and Martinelli. Both those players are very quick and speedy and can dribble the ball, which again can sometimes break down the formation for Pep Guardiola with what he has going on right now, because with that back three, you could say back four if John Stones does drop back, but that back three, that does leave some wide channels on the outside, and as we know, Arsenal's really good at moving the ball on the outside with those players and then cutting back in and then playing the ball into the box, whether that's Odegaard, Jesus. They have all these different players that can be sitting at the top of the box or inside the box that can find the back of the net, which again is going to be very, very difficult for City to destroy or dominate this match. Now, the big thing that City do have going into this game is the fact that they are now being rested up until Wednesday because of their FA Cup match that they'll have later on. They do not have a game this weekend, so their next match will be against Arsenal, which means that they've had this long span of relaxing, resting up, preparing for this match. Whereas Arsenal, who just played their game yesterday on Friday against Southampton, will have a quick turnaround to play another game in less than 7 days. Now, that being said, they are professional players. They should be fully fit at that point. So again, I'm not going to take anything away from both clubs. They should be fully fit, and it's going to be a great match. The thing, though, that right now Arsenal have going against them, though, is the fact that they now have dropped a lot of points. They've given up 2-goal leads multiple times, back-to-back weekends. They were down 3-1 at one point in this game against Southampton and were able to scratch back and get some points from this match. And they actually almost won the game too. But again, quite remarkable for Southampton, of all teams, to take points off Arsenal. And that is the first time the bottom team has taken or scored 3 goals against the top team in the Premier League. So again, tip my hat off to Southampton with how well they did in that game. But really, Arsenal right now are starting to just turn their wheels like they're stuck in mud, and this could be the breaking point for their season because, like I said, if Manchester City can pounce on them, win this match, that will then put them above them after they keep winning all their other games in hand, and therefore, again, Arsenal are going to be looking and trying to chase Manchester City, which we all know when clubs have to do that, it doesn't go very well for them because City, like I said, when they find this winning streak, like they are again right now with a 10-game winning streak, they seem to just keep going for the rest of the season. And again, with what they've been doing this season, they could win the treble with the Champions League. So again, they have the Premier League, Champions League, and FA Cup. Now again, with all those games, it might be difficult for them to keep focus on all 3, but still, I think Pep Guardiola and Manchester City can do it. And being a Chelsea fan, I'd rather see City win the Premier League than Arsenal, even though I've been sick and tired of watching City win. But again, when you see another London club team win the Premier League, you don't want to be Arsenal, you don't want it to be Tom, you want it to be Chelsea. So therefore, again, as a kind of neutral, I should say, I'm cheering for City, but at the same time, I wish neither of them would win it. I wish it was Chelsea, but that is not going to be the case this season. So that is all I have for you today in the Premier League. I want to know what you guys think about Arsenal, if they did bottle their chances to win the league this year, or if you think Manchester City are just going to keep dominating and pass them up anyways. So again, comment down below, and I'll get to those videos or comments as soon as I can.